Hi everyone, Breanne here from Pixite, and today I'm coloring with Marvel. So the Marvel app has tons of cool content in it, and I was just so attracted to this Ghost Rider piece. It just seemed like so much fun to color with the chains and the fire. So that's what I'm coloring today. I'm coloring Ghost Rider. I'm going to be doing a palette of probably, his head's on fire. So I'll be doing a palette of reds, yellows, oranges, and so forth. So just so you guys can see what palette I will be using today, I'm gonna look through them here. I might even actually just end up, I could use the Fantastic one for these colors here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna stick with my reds, my oranges, and my yellows. So I'm gonna stay within these three palettes for pretty much most of it, except for maybe the chain, but the chain's gonna be probably glowing as well. So let's do that. So I'm gonna start off with red, and I'm gonna be applying the red, the yellows, and the oranges. I'm gonna be applying them in layers, in streaks, and then I'm gonna be using the laser tool to kind of make it all glow in the end. So I'm gonna grab my marker tool, which I'm already on. And for now, I'm gonna leave my opacity, maybe turn it down just a smidge. I'm gonna bring my brush size up all the way. Freehand mode it is. And we're just going to streaks up and down, and they don't have to line up. They don't have to fill completely or nothing. It's about being very kind of sporadic with it. So now we're gonna grab an orange. I'm gonna grab that bright orange that it's already on. I'm gonna bring down my brush opacity. I'm gonna leave my brush size up. And I'm just going to brush that orange in there. Not as vigorously as I did the red, but I still want it to get in there. And I can even use the yellow that's right here, bring down my opacity, and then add that yellow in there. Go to red. If you want the deep dark reds, I kind of want it to glow. So maybe, no, I need like a bright red. There we go. Glowing eyes. I'm just gonna kind of randomly put this around the picture. And I need like a really bright yellow. Now there was a couple of cool colors up here that I saw. I know it's kind of looking messy, but it will look cool when we're done. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Airbrush, and I'm just gonna start putting a little bit more, balancing out the colors just a little bit where I want them, using the airbrush tool. I'm gonna leave those eyes dark, because then I can go in and kind of use that laser tool and it'll pop more. Could really use a bright yellow. We want that glow. I'm gonna put it on automatic for now, because I want to get this. I want to get some structure to this picture. I just kind of scribbled everything in. Well, not kinda, I did. And then just adding some shading with the airbrush tool to deepen it in certain areas. Because he is going to be, overall, he's a dark kind of creature, but he's on fire, so he can't be too dark. So it's kind of finding that right balance. That right balance of kind of shades and highlights. But the real brilliance of this will be when you start using the laser tool. That's what's really going to make it stand out. Just want to get some shape back to this face. So I'm liking the way it's looking. It's getting some shading. It has kind of like the red popping. I wanted it to look like flame, but very choppy. And it does look choppy. And then I'm going to fill this Heroic palette, has a lot of nice reds. And I'm going to fill, I just want to try, because I do want some of these flames to be standing out. But I want some of them to look very blended. So I think that's okay right there. And then use the pencil. Make sure it's on automatic. Just kind of work some of that yellow in there. It's okay if it's choppy because I just want a little bit of that yellow in there. And a little bit of texture. Now I need an orange. It's almost red though. I need like a true orange or even like a lighter. No. That works all right. just kind of highlighting some of the tips of the flames with the yellow. I don't want to lose the detail that I did with the marker. I want to have that detail. If I lose some of it, it's okay, but overall, I want it to look kind of like the flames are choppy. And then I just wanted to have a little bit of separation. So that's why I kind of filled some of the flames with red, and I'm adding different kinds of detail. So that way it kind of stands out on its own and mixes in at the same time, just creating a little bit of variation. So it just doesn't look like one big scribbled flame. Okay, so I think that's okay for now. Now I want to grab my laser. I'm gonna bring it down quite a bit. We'll try 11, see how that works. And then this is maybe even bigger actually. This is the fun part. I'm gonna put on freehand for this part. Just gonna outline the crown with like a bright yellow. I'm using the yellow from the Fantastic palette. So you want that crown to stand out. And then I'm gonna do the same with his eyes. So he has that color in behind. Then I'm gonna go to the chain and illuminate the chain as well. And up here. I'm gonna grab this orange and put the brush size up. No, maybe down. Need the opacity down, that's what I need. I'm just going to kind of kiss the edge of some of these flames and get them glowing. So it really kind of looks like fire, hopefully. Really want a fire look. Maybe just put some smaller kind of flame lines in there so it kind of looks like the flames dispersing. I don't want it to be too scribbly, but I do want a couple of sharper lines. Automatic here for a second. I just want to get some bold laser tool in here too. So I think a good way to do that is right around the face. because I want to have some dark colors in there too. Like I want them to look a little bit demonic, but I want them to have those bright flame colors too. Like I said, it's somewhat of a kind of a balance. I like that chain looking rusty. And I think just the mixture of all the reds and using a couple things for different textures and stuff makes the flames pop and look a little bit more realistic in a comic book style sort of way. And if you want, you could do like a couple sparks. And I'm just playing with it until I feel like it doesn't need any more. And I'm using a laser tool, just going around, doing my favorite part, creating highlights. And you know what? I'm gonna look him over, and I honestly think he's done. That wasn't a long color, but you know what? I don't want to overwork it either. If I like the result, I like the result, and I think it looks pretty good right now. The reason why that marker tool, I wanted to start off with that, you see how I got all these variations of colors, and it kind of like made like a natural looking, like rusty kind of look, and you can still see some of the strokes and stuff in the background from the marker tool, so it almost makes it like the flames are like, you know, sparking and moving. So that's why I started off with that. If you want, now that we're talking about stuff, you can add a little bit of highlight to his mouth here. Yeah. All right, guys, this is Ghost Rider from Marvel, and this is Breanne from Pixite. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.